So after a while of Midjourney being around, they finally released Midjourney Video. First, let's go through the reason why they're actually releasing this. So this is the stepping stone for Midjourney. They want to release a real-time world creation model. So basically how they describe it without going into too much detail, they're imagining a tool where you can create in real time. So in real time, you can move characters around, you can move 3D objects around. In order to do that, they need an image generation tool, which they already had. They need a real-time generation tool, which they don't have yet. They need a video tool, which they're now releasing, and they need a 3D manipulation tool. So this is just a stepping stone for a bigger vision. I'll leave the link in the description where they have their release notes so you can read into it. When you go to the Explore section, there's already some really cool examples being created with Midjourney Video. I'm actually quite surprised how good this already is for a first release. It's literally 1 day old and amazing videos are being created. You can see the variety of styles and videos you can already create. So you have like cats taking selfies, kind of surrealist stuff, Lego animations. This is more like motion graphic-y type of flowers. There's this halftone effect, or however you call it. There's like real type of footage, like people running. There is more like particle kind of surrealist effects. It's honestly like a really diverse array of types of videos. But now let's look at how you create it. I went ahead and generated a few videos because they take a while to load. But all you have to do to get started is literally just drag an image in here. So if you drag it to your bar, you can drag it into the starting frame section. And then in settings, you set your motion speed to either low or high. Basically in the documentation, which I'll link down in the description, it says what it does. Low motion is basically slowly animating things, more cinematic, like slow camera pan or zoom, slow kind of movement in the scene, just that kind of vibe. And high motion is more energetic. From my test, it's actually quite struggling with slow moving stuff. Let's go through some examples now. So I tried this kind of perfume bottle to have like a really slow zooming animation. And I went with the prompt very subtle camera zoom, dappled light moving slowly, peacefully, 200 frames per second, slow motion. So I really tried to steer it in this very slow kind of vibe, but it's still not that slow. Like to me, it's still kind of energetic. It still zooms in a lot. And because we're missing the end frame section now, which Krea, for example, has already, it's a bit harder to have these subtle slow motions. But what you could do is you could grab this image and then slow it down to maybe Topaz Labs, DaVinci Resolve. There's a few tools out there that can do it now. But let's see the variety of things we can create. So first of all, I have this kind of Zen garden where I thought it could be cool if the sand ripples out a bit. It doesn't really seem to be able to do it. So more like surrealist effects. It's not too great at yet, or this is maybe just a very specific example. I went ahead and created like this space kind of scene. I've been reading the 3-body problem and it's been amazing. And in the Black Forest, they have this kind of battle. So I thought maybe it could be cool to imagine what that would be like. I'm actually surprised about how cool this is. Like you just have these spaceships moving around. I think especially for filmmakers, this is such a cool opportunity to literally imagine some shots. You can even draw it out and maybe generate it with control nets and Comfy UI. And then you can drop any image into this Midjourney video creation. So it's really cool and quick to work with. Here I created some concept renders of what the Santi could look like because it never gets described in the book. Again, this is 3-body problem. But you can see without a prompt, it actually works very effectively. With a prompt, it actually gets slightly worse effects. Then going on to like a space scene. Again, this is way too energetic for my vibe. I actually want something quite cinematic, like there's barely any movement, very subtle movements on the screen. This is all a bit high energy for my taste personally. But again, it's literally 1 day old, so I think they might change it. These more abstract kind of things like marble moving like fluid, I also didn't have a lot of luck with. These perfume ads are quite cool. Especially if you generate an image that's actually based around a real product, you can so quickly make Instagram content for brands, which is really cool actually for medium-sized brands who don't have the traditional advertising budgets. They can actually compete now with bigger companies. It's less successful at kind of these particle effects. The mist looks a bit fake. It didn't move the sand at all. And I got some really cool results on these more abstract kind of gradients. When I first started testing this, I wasn't really sure whether it would do more like abstract stuff. I thought it would be quite good at more film-like features, but it's actually pretty good at more abstract, fluid types of movement, as you can see here. So these are some really cool examples you can create for background visuals. For example, I'm restarting my Patreon now, and I want some cool backgrounds, maybe for titles and chapters and all that stuff. So this is a way in which you can quickly create that without having to go in After Effects for 2 days or something. So first version of Midjourney Video, it's only image to video for now. So hopefully we'll get text to video as well at some point. You can use Midjourney generated images. You can use your own images. So have fun with it. If you have some cool generations, please link it down below, and I'll see you in the next one.